My folder. I uploaded all the draft, and if I don't have to look at it again, I'm done. You know, I don't even think about doing all that stuff, so. And then I just get the hard copies. So I don't even bother to look.
I don't think the public likes seeing the backside of you, man.
This is all of yours. This is all of yours.
What?
This is this.
Oh, okay, good.
We got a meeting with He said.
But we're live.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Okay,
Oh, we're live?
a lot going on today, so welcome, good morning to Lorain County Board of Commissioners. It's Friday, October 20th, 2023. It's 9:30 a.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Moore?
Here,
Mr. Riddell?
Here.
Mr. Hung? Here. We have a quorum. Under resolutions, number 1, investments.
these are today's investments. I move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 2, appropriations.
These are today's appropriations. Any questions? We'll be talking about item number 1 when we get to it on requisitions, so I move to approve.
Second.
Further discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 3, transfers.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 4, advances, repayments. There were none. Number 5, requisitions.
Page 1 of the requisitions. Any questions? If not, page 2, please. It's page 2 of the requisitions. Page 3, please. Any questions? I'm sure we do. 1710. If county administrator or the assistant could comment in regards to the $2 million, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, Commissioners, as the board is aware, we had some flooding at the Job and Family Services building, and we did have to hire ServPro to come in and do some mitigation and now restoration of that building. We do not have a final total cost yet. We're estimating that it's going to be about $2 million. So we have received an invoice from ServPro for the first $1 million, which we have received a check from Corsa. So we're anticipating the expense moving forward. They will be reimbursed by not only Corsa but also travelers.
Oh, through the insurance, this is, hopefully it will be reimbursed for the whole amount?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Minus the deductible.
right.
Minus our $50,000 deductible. That's correct.
That's not bad, 50,000, if you're getting back 2 million, all right? In regards to item number 1715, I believe we're getting reimbursed on that also through the TIF? Is that what we talked about?
Yes, sir. That is an invoice for legal services rendered for the Community Development Department.
Okay. Okay, pages, oh, sorry. Anyone else have any questions? Seeing none, move to approve pages 1, 2, and 3 of the requisitions.
So moved.
Any further discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 6, travel.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 7, bills.
We have 3 pages of bills today. $6,000 there for polling place rents and services. If nobody knows that, I guess there's an election coming up. Page 2, please. And page 3. Move to approve pages 1, 2, and 3 of the bills.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second, or will die due to a lack of a second?
Second?
Okay. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Here, if you give that to her, it's the summary sheet, the personnel summary sheet. We're not gonna be going into executive session, so.
Number 8, commissioners, well, may recess an executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official.
Oh, we can go back to that. Yeah. For a moment there, I thought it was Sherrod Brown was dropping out of the Senate race, so, I guess we were trying to get him here, he didn't show up, so we have a termination for a no-show there, so. I move to approve the personnel summary sheet.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Get that one back. B, public comment on agenda items. I wasn't sure, was there?
No, I don't think anybody had anything on the agenda, did they? No, okay.
Is there any old business? No. Board business. D, number 9, approve and waive the reading of the county commissioners meeting minutes of October 17, 2023.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Job and Family Services, 10, authorized purchase service agreement with Lutheran Metropolitan Ministries, Cleveland, in the amount of $50,244 for protective services for adults using Title 20 Social Service Block Grant Funds for federal fiscal year 2024. This is effective retroactive to October 1st of 2023 through September 30th of 2024 and will be paid from the Title 20 Social Service Block Grant account.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
11, authorized purchase service agreement with Lorain County Children and Family Council, Elyria, in the amount of $218,914.55 for case management and mentoring services for families using temporary assistance to needy families, which is the TANF, for fiscal year 2024. This is effective retroactive October 1st of 2023 through September 30th of 2024 and will be paid from the TANF account.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 12, amend Resolution 23-652 adopted September 19th of 2023, authorizing Horizon Educational Centers to provide a clothing, shoe, and jacket program for TANF-eligible households of Lorain County. This amendment is to increase the contract by $250,000 for the total contract amount not to exceed $1 million and will be paid from the TANF account.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Yes, Karen. Is this the group that's trying to look for some warehousing, or is this another group? In regards to the, Dan Gross was looking for, on behalf of some of the programs for the city of Elyria, or city of Lorain in regards to warehousing.
I'm not sure, Commissioner, but I can definitely.
Okay, if you
check
could check on that, because I know we're doing a lot of programs like this, and the biggest problem a lot of these nonprofits are having is when they get this type of product in, is where to keep it. And I know one they're looking at is like $750 a month, which is $8,400 a year that could be used to go back into the community instead of paying rent. I know we have some vacant space maybe for temporary warehousing. Okay, if you could work with,
I'll check with Dan.
okay, I didn't know if that was it, so.
Mr.
Yep,
President?
yep.
Also, I saw this come through, and this is not a remark about the organization. The Horizon Education Centers, have a very clean, admirable record. But the question I have is, $1 million is a lot of money, and are we following any kind of quote or bidding process with some of these things? because, you know, I ask myself, where's Mary Lee Tucker, where's Coach for Kids, and, you know, are we doing anything through our departments to coordinate so that we're not overspending and duplicating services?
Yeah, sure, Commissioner. So yeah, that program is a program that is annually, JFS runs a RFP through the purchasing program, or through our purchasing department every year. And those bids are publicized, and we receive those bids, and they're open like any other
Okay.
bid opening would be. Mhm.
I know it's hard to determine, you can't bid it like this much to build a building, but
Yeah.
we should be able to monitor how many are being served and how many articles of clothing are being distributed so that we can see how effective they're being and make sure that the entire community of Lorain County is served, make sure that we've got somebody in each area that's handling that.
Typically, my understanding is we essentially accept anybody who bids gets some piece of that program. And I believe, I may be speaking out of school, but I believe in years past, we had more money than we were able to spend on these programs. So it's one of these things, as long as these organizations bid and participate, they are given some portion of the program, of the grant funds towards that program, so.
But, and that, Casey, that doesn't surprise me because some of these nonprofits have been very successful with public donations and so forth, and corporate sponsors and so forth. And so the role for government needs to be to fill the gap and not replace what other people, you know, want to be doing on their own charitable behalf.
Sure.
Is there anything further?
Thanks.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
13, amendment resolution 2341 adopted June 30th, 2023, authorizing Lorain County Safe Harbor to provide shelter for domestic violence victims and domestic violence victim families in Lorain County. This amendment is to increase the contract by $80,000 from TANF funds for the total contract amount not to exceed $465,000, and this will be paid from the TANF account.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 14, authorized purchase service agreement with Gov Connection, Inc., DBA Connection Public Sector Solutions, in the amount of $145,355.85 to provide infrastructure installation and setup for the data center project for Medicaid mailing processing. This is proposed through the Equalis Contract Cooperative Purchasing Contract 2112A and will be paid from the Child Support Funds account.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Solid Waste, 15, approve insurance policy and authorize payment in the amount of $11,904 to Taylor Oswald Insurance Agency for coverage with Colonial Insurance Company for the HHW Collection Center. This is effective October 27, 2023 through October 27, 2024, and will be paid from the insurance expenses account.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Airport 16, approve insurance coverage and authorize payment with ACE Property and Casualty Insurance Company for Lorain County Regional Airport in the amount of $5,738. This is effective November 4th, 2023 through November 4th of 2026 and will be paid from the insurance expenses account.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Engineer, 17, decision on an expedited one annexation of 5.9668 acres from Carlisle Township to the city of Elyria. Robert D. Yost, agent, authorized member of petitioner Dillon Limited, and this is vacant property located on Dewhurst Road in Elyria.
So moved.
Second?
Just clarification. So move to approve, correct?
So moved to approve.
Thank you. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 18, instruct clerk to advertise for bids for a paint striping truck. Notice be in the Chronicle on October 30th and November 6th of 2023, and open on November 16th at 2 p.m.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
19, approve and enter in a subdivider agreement with Sandstone One LLC for 4 seasons at Sandstone Subdivision Number 1, Amherst Township. Subdivider has submitted all necessary documents.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion.
Mr. President? This is just another phase for the benefit of the public and the ongoing development over there on, between Oberlin Road and 58 near the Turnpike, which is just part of a much larger process showing that our growth is moving from the 83 corridor on the east side to the 58 corridor on the west side. And there'll be a lot more activity in the years to come as that matures and fulfills its vision.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Dell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 20, approve and enter in a subdivider agreement with Sandstone 2 LLC for Sandstone Mill Subdivision Number 1, Amherst Township. Subdivider has submitted all necessary documents.
So move.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Dell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Public comment.
Yep. Brian? Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good
Brian
morning.
Baker, 49822 Greystone Drive, Amherst, Ohio, really Brownhill Township. So, I read an interesting article in the paper this morning about $80,000 worth of money that's going to go, and I see Ulmer and Burmer is one of the people that are going to get money back. Will any of that money come back to the county? And if it does come back
About
to the county,
18,000.
will that be reported out here when we get that money back? Okay. The other one that I ask is, on the agenda the other day, $426,000 were appropriated from the general fund for attorney fees for October, November, and December.
Oh, okay, I guess Casey, well,
If you want me to.
no, I would just wait till he's done. We'll answer that when he's done. What
Well, I
else?
just want to know how can I track that money of $426,000 if it was appropriated? I understand it's appropriated if you need it, but how do I track that? Do I have to watch on there in bills, or do I have to watch requisitions? Do I have to, is it going to be under resolutions?
Yeah.
Because that seems like a lot of money for 3 months.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'll have Casey.
Okay.
So those fees for that appropriation, those were actually for indigent attorney fees. That had nothing to do with
Okay.
outside counsel. Those
Okay.
were for,
All right. I just see it up there, and it seems like an awful lot of money when you read it up there on it, and it's on the, it comes up on there and it was approved, so.
All I can say, that's a whole nother industry, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
look, I
I
have no
just-
problem with legal fees. so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, of course he
Okay.
doesn't.
All right, thank you. That's all I had.
Thanks, Brian.
Yes.
So, thanks.
And to your question, Brian, sometimes the bills don't match the services, so you may see bills up and down even though the services are not.
No, I understand.
It takes a while. Casey, I have a question for the benefit of those watching. This is all part, there's a state reimbursement for some of the indigent funds, is there not?
Okay.
Yes, there is, through the Ohio Public Defenders
Okay.
program, correct.
It's
Yeah.
state money.
Yeah.
It has to
Okay.
do with the number of, how the fees are collected and the costs and all that. It's-
And that
Okay.
percentage fluctuates as well. I think it's either 85 or 90% right now. We're being reimbursed, percent.
Okay.
We're
Well,
being
thanks for the
reimbursed.
clarification. It just seemed like to me, there was no explanation of it when you see $426,000 going out.
We're working.
That's an awful lot of money, I mean, so.
We need to work on that, Ryan.
All right.
If we meet your standard of excellence, then everybody.
Well, thank you for acknowledging that, Jeff.
Oh, good question.
Yeah. He was being nice, right? No.
This is, by the way,
Oh, Mike.
a cause for annual debate in Columbus when they do their funds to local government and so forth. And some years that reimbursement's been as low as 50%. And in this year's budget, it's coming in at 85%, and there's a process for that, so.
And Michael Sherman, good morning.
Morning, Commissioners. Mike Sherman, Eden Township.
Morning, Mike.
I'm a volunteer with the Lorain County Office on Aging, and I'm not an employee of the Office on Aging. I'm here as a volunteer. I read with interest the Commissioner's report of October 17th regarding the potential one-time grant of $927,000 from the Ohio Department on Aging, and it's available to Lorain County. I know that Deputy Administrator Karen Perkins has submitted an application and that the Director of the Office on Aging, Lorain, has been in contact with both Karen and the clerk, Teresa, detailing the needs assessment for the Office on Aging. I'm appreciative and fully supportive of the rigorous support of these dollars. The Office on Aging provides a myriad of services, and some assume that we are a county-funded agency. Although we receive generous in-kind support from the county, for which we are very, very grateful, we receive no physical dollars, no physical local tax dollars, and there is no levy. Some are also under the misunderstanding that all the commodities we distribute are free, that they're all free. That's not the case. Some items are free, while the bulk of the items we must purchase from, example, Second Harvest. A number of months we go where we can't purchase the meat because of the price, so the people don't have any meat in their distribution packets. The need for this grant is real, and I readily offer my support in efforts to secure it. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And
Michael?
are you guys, is there a process going on for the executive director now? Do you know? I'm just
It's-
I'm hearing things. That's why I didn't know. Since
Yeah, I
maybe
know
not
Lorain
liberty.
is leaving,
Yeah.
and I asked Teresa, and I'm not sure. I don't know if a successor has been named, and who would that be? And but I know Lorain is leaving.
Well,
But there is going to be hopefully a transition period, and I was emboldened to hear that Lorain had talked to Karen and Teresa regarding this grant. So
Okay, well, the main thing is just want to acknowledge that she's done an excellent job for Lorain County, and I figured you'd be firsthand, you know.
I know she's leaving. I don't know who the.
Right, I know, I just wanted to at least
Yeah,
acknowledge that.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Go ahead,
Mr. President,
Commissioner.
I was going to actually speak to Lauren in new business and wanted to thank and recognize Lauren Kishazek. She's over 10 years of service, correct, Mike?
Yes.
With the Lorain County Office on Aging. She's done a wonderful job over there, gotten us through the transition from the old location to the new location. And I had the opportunity to be at the 4-H volunteer recognition dinner yesterday and did hear that the replacement is going to be with her the last week, which is next week. So I plan on stopping by and saying hello to everybody.
Yeah, that overlap is important.
They didn't tell me who it was, though.
Yeah,
Oh, then we'll-
I'm
yeah,
glad
we'll be
there's an
quiet.
overlap.
Yeah.
and,
It's still under wraps.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I don't think they're just throwing the person in blind.
I'm just one of the ones that row the boat. I don't steer the boat, so I know there's been some issues over there years past, and I think we're going in the right direction. And again, thank you for the facility. That's gone a long way
Yeah,
to
the feedback was
assist.
great last night.
Where
Everybody's
we don't
very
have to ride
pleased.
that
Okay.
one-person elevator, with
Yeah,
all the
oh, I know, that was, well, thank you very much, sir. Thanks for coming in.
Thank
Okay.
you, and
Mr.
anything we
President?
can do
Oh.
to support,
Yeah,
calls, letters.
okay.
We did receive notification from the state that they have approved our $927,000 request for funding.
Congratulations. There you go, Mike.
So I've forwarded the email to the budget director so he can do all the paperwork in order to get the funds transferred over.
Perfect, thank
So-
you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well, thanks
Great
for coming
segue,
up.
thank you.
So-
Thank you.
Thanks. Michael DiCarlo. You know, I went to Vermillion meeting and you weren't there.
Good morning, Mr. President, Commissioners. Michael DiCarlo, Vermillion, Ohio. You're right, sir. You did go to the city council meeting. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But you made the front page of the paper, and you took up all of page 13.
Uh-oh. That's
Would you like me- would you like me to autograph
No,
it
no,
for
no.
you?
Is it, I just want to know, was it good or bad? I
It
haven't
was
seen
good.
it.
It was all
Okay,
good.
okay.
Listen, they support building a new river down Baumhart
Yeah.
Road.
Okay, here, I better stop and start you over again. Here, let me reset.
No,
Okay.
it's really okay. It's just,
okay.
honestly. Appreciate coming out to the city council meeting. I really do. A couple months back before I had the surgery and stuff, I told the folks there on the city council and the mayor that the institutional inertia had been broken and they need to get behind this and push. So they are. And I appreciate you coming out and saying this is an option. Because The EPA itself really is, I see it as government cleanup, because all the companies that built all those, the steel here in Lorain or whatever, they were fulfilling government contracts, weren't they? They weren't. So, I mean, they were building stuff for a certain project, wherever that is. In this area, it could be NASA, it could be bridges, whatever. But they were fulfilling government contracts. That's why you have to have the cleanup afterwards. But anyway, doggone it. I just wanted to really come up here and say, hey, Casey, go Eagles, beat Lake. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
See you in 2 weeks, Mike. Nobody reads.
Just throw out one of the new ones.
That was, yeah, it was, I got a call from the mayor of Vermillion actually this morning, thanking us again for coming out. So it was, well, I better be quiet. I got the county administrators biting at the bit to talk about it, I think, so. County administrator, do you have a report?
Actually, Karen and I are gonna skip out today. We're gonna
What?
actually turn it over to JR because we have an executive
okay.
summary that we want to share with you with the dependence and eligibility verification study that we've been going through the last several months. We should have a comment. Last night, we all attended the Township Trustee meeting 22 to the Township Trustees. Not asking them to vote yes or no, but just giving them the details of just what they mean, as well as what we just heard with we're at the Vermillion City Council meeting on Monday. And I have not had the opportunity of reading that article, but if we made the front page and a whole other page, we did well, I guess, in what I've heard. So with that, JR, our HR director, has got a presentation. We've got, before you, we've got the executive summary. The administration is going to, with the direction that we have, to move forward with terminating the people that should be terminated from the healthcare system, and that would be effective, I believe we've decided it would be November 1st of 2023. So, HR, you want to take over?
Sure. Yeah, HR, JR.
Human Resources or JR.
Thank you, Administrator, and thank you, Commissioners, for having me. As you guys recall, months ago, you approved a dependent eligibility audit for our health care. And the goal of that is to make sure that the dependents of our employees that are on our plan are supposed to be on our plan and are eligible. After this, we've actually started already, we're doing the pharmacy audit as well, so that's the second one. But I put on your desks the executive summary for the audit. I'm not going to read it to you, you can do that yourself, but I'll let you know there were 1,028 employees with 2,224 enrolled dependents that were required to submit verification. Notices went out like crazy on this project. We sent out a kickoff letter and a final warning letter for the people that hadn't fulfilled it, that I put in a big box. You're going to lose your coverage. You're going to lose your coverage to get this done now. And in very plain English. In addition to that, Amwin sent out 1,749 letters, 1,160 automated calls, and there were 277 calls to their call center. The call center was crucial because a lot of the questions would come into Tanya, and it would have just overwhelmed Tanya on my team. It would have just overwhelmed her in this call center. They were able to handle things. They were able to tell people stuff they don't want to hear necessarily and whatnot. So that was actually pretty vital. But make no mistake, Tanya was on the phone like crazy. I was on the phone like crazy for this audit, and we were really pushing it through. Each participant who had outstanding documents at the end of the audit, so these are the people that we're talking about, these 19 that maybe didn't, some were ineligible, and I'll get to that, and some just didn't complete it. By that time, by the end of that, they would have gotten 2 letters by mail, 2 letters by mail from Amwins, 2 letters by mail from us, 5 email reminders, and 5 phone calls. Only 1 employee failed to participate, or only 1 participant. They're not an employee of the commissioners. They're one of those outside agencies that participates. So we had great participation. Out of the 1,028, we only had 1 that didn't log onto the app at all. So the results. We found 4 ineligible dependents. These were ex-spouses that had never been removed from the health care plan when they were divorced. We have 15 incomplete and non-compliant dependents. That means they didn't fill out the form, they weren't able to get all the documents in, they didn't get the documents in by the deadline, which we also extended that deadline as well to give people even more time. So, and there was one of those 15, interestingly, it's a child, and the it's the employee's child, and he didn't complete the audit, but there's a court order in place saying that he has to take care of his kids' health care. So that one, it's actually gonna be 18 that we're gonna recommend. So we recommend dropping these 18 ineligible and non-compliant dependents. The return on investment, according to Amwins, who conducted the study, was if we remove the 19, Amwins estimates that we'll save $95,000 in year 1 and $380,000 over the next 5 years. And next, we're doing the RX audit. So I'd like to thank my staff, who did a great job during this process. I want to thank all the employees. No one liked doing this. All the participants, I appreciate the fact that you did. I appreciate that you called and you gave a darn. And that's it. Thank you. Any questions?
I appreciate that. That letter says you're going to lose your insurance. Even made me get online. So.
Oh, you got it?
Well, yeah, I got
I
it.
hope you didn't get it.
Oh, well, I know because I'm not, as long as I'm not. Yeah, I'm not one of the 19.
I
you know?
enjoyed my time here.
Yeah. No, but it was effective. Yes.
Just, of course, we don't want any names thrown out, JR, but
Yeah.
the one person, were they just not computer savvy, or were they just not wanting to complete it? Did you get any feedback?
They chose not to complete, Tanya said. And they were an employee of an outside agency, not of the commission.
And so what's the next course of action on that
They
particular?
lose, their dependent gets tossed off. I mean, that's the way, but we have to do something. We got the results of this audit. You can't just not make exceptions and not do things, and that's our view. Of course, it's up to the commissioners.
So if this person is watching today and they want to rectify it, they still can, correct? Yes?
That-
No, I think.
That would be the commission, but.
Yeah, and I also think if they're ineligible for coverage if they've not complied. That's the way it works, right? Now, you're right, if we go into, when we go into open enrollment, whenever that happens again next year, they could provide the appropriate information, and if qualifying, they could then get coverage back. But one of the reasons we work so hard, and JR and his team work so hard on this is really a decision about, are you eligible for coverage under the law and under the terms of our policy, and they're just not, if they're not compliant. Is that helpful?
It's helpful.
And so moving
It's a
forward.
harsh
Yeah, but-
consequence,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
harsh, yes.
But you know what?
And it's not
That's
that
why,
we
that's
don't
why,
care.
Commissioner, we sent so many emails and so many phone
Yeah.
calls and so many letters and sent it out to targeted people that we knew weren't getting things done the right way and sent them extra stuff.
So,
Thank you
yeah,
for
but
your
go,
effort,
as you
too.
move forward with open enrollment, though, you should be good, because this audit just helps you so that when you have new employees come on, you should be able to get the data needed as we continue to apply, right? I mean, this
Yeah,
should make,
sure, absolutely.
as we move forward, a little bit more cleaner process and a more efficient process, right?
I
To
think
make sure
so,
that-
and
to make sure the
predating-
right people get the right coverage.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And this isn't something I can take credit for, but the fact that we only had this many is a credit to Tanya and her efforts running the benefits side.
Right.
And that predates my, involvement. So I give her all the credit and want to make sure that we extend my gratitude to Tanya and
I
Maggie.
know this wasn't easy for your department, so I do appreciate, this board appreciates all the hard work,
Thank you.
yeah.
Mr. President. And also, too, I know you went above and beyond when you interviewed for who you were going to choose for this particular thing. And when I went on the website, even me, who is challenged sometimes with some of these computer things, it was very easy and very friendly for the
Yeah.
person.
They deserve a lot of
use
credit too.
user-friendly.
They were very helpful. They were our partners in it. It
Yeah.
wasn't us doing it alone. We weren't on separate tracks. We were doing it together.
You did a good job on the selection, JR.
Thank you.
Mr. President? Yes, for those, this study is, gives us a format into who's on the insurance and who isn't. And JR, I appreciate you stepping up and saying that some of these issues could have to do with how we processed our paperwork, and with seeing the meticulousness of which our vendor went through, we should be able to incorporate a pattern so that everybody's on insurance or not on insurance, that we're managing it. We shouldn't have to have an audit every year. We should be able to do it, you know, periodically, but make sure that we're doing our job to see to it our employees are insured if they should be.
I agree, Commissioner, and we're going to have kind of a debrief too, now that this is over, and decide, you know, what did we learn from this? What do we do well? What can we do better?
But 19 is an admirable number, but we should ask ourselves why each one of
Yeah.
those 19. And if the enemy is us, we need to fix it.
Right.
If the
Well,
enemy's not, then we're
the
fine.
thing that makes it difficult for the 19 is we are never going to know.
That's true.
We don't know if the person just gave up and said, screw it, we'll put him on my wife's, I'm not doing this anymore, and the kid was really eligible the whole time. Or if they're ineligible, that's why they're not submitting documents. There's just no way for us to know, and that's kind of a shame. But we only had 4 that we know of that were absolutely ineligible, so that was pretty good.
Very good.
Let's see,
Good job, Tanya.
oh, look at that.
Good job, Tanya.
And this process actually tried to start several years ago under a previous board and was halted, and you were involved in that at that time. So kudos for you for persevering for 2 years and seeing it through to the end. And hopefully the previous vendor, who was vilified politically for being involved, can take some satisfaction. And we could have saved this $95,000 a year 2 years ago if we'd have just followed it through.
Well, by happenstance, I happened to talk to that gentleman the other day, and he's doing all right. So, thank
Well,
you.
he's got a great father.
Yeah, right, so I hear. I thank you for your kind words, all of
I'll
you. Thank you.
debate. I see you guys are having a discussion. There's something else coming up? Oh, okay.
We're just having an internal discussion.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I'd rather not comment at this point.
Oh, okay.
Now I really want to.
This is a public meeting. If you're gonna say something,
Yeah,
own it.
yeah, no.
Now you're asking,
He's awfully red.
there's a question here as to when there's a divorce and a court orders somebody to provide that insurance. That is not our responsibility. That is the individual's responsibility as far as I see it.
That's correct. It's up to the individual to be compliant with the orders of the court, like it is for all of us. And I will echo what Jared says. The board can only do what is in its power to do, right? We provide insurance coverage under certain conditions. We have the right to ask that you verify those conditions. If people will not do that, that's not, it's on the individual to meet the conditions to provide coverage.
So I don't see this, and as I look at it, and I'm not trying to be a bad guy, is if I'm ordered to provide my child hospitalization, I should not come to the county of Lorain to pay for that. I should pay for it myself and then provide, and that's not the responsibility of the county. That's my position.
Well, that's the law. The law is that you are required to provide insurance coverage. You do pay for it through the county because part of the employment contract is the county provides
Right.
benefits. If your child, for whatever reason, is not eligible for the benefit, you have to get it somewhere else. But that's not on me or anybody here. That's just how that works.
Right.
So,
That's the,
since we got into the weeds on this.
that's what I was getting ready. Okay. How about-
The question is, if an employee is required for an ex-wife or a child through a court order, do they get that insurance through the county and then they pay the county back for that through payroll deduction?
That is my understanding, and that's what has to be done.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
Very good.
it could be ex-husband too. Let's make sure.
But the husband's a different thing, right? Because then the moment they become ex-husband, they're completely ineligible. Child remains eligible the whole time.
It's gonna,
We are getting into the weeds.
we
here.
are getting in the weeds, but if they're a dependent, they're eligible. If they're
Yeah,
dependent
that's what
on
I'm
our
saying. That's
policy,
the
they're
case here.
eligible. Yeah.
You have a dependent that's eligible and a
So-
court order that says you have to pay,
Right, that's what it is. If a spouse, our policy probably does not provide.
but it wouldn't cover for, yeah, if the court said ex-spouse has to be covered, we say, no, that he or she is ineligible under the terms of our plan. The child's a little different because the child remains eligible.
I think we're too far into
All
the
right.
weeds.
Yeah,
Let's have we need to have this
It's
discussion with
either
our
we're done,
attorneys.
either you trust me and we're done here, or we're gonna talk for another hour. So take your
Let
time.
two lawyers start
That's
start
right.
talking.
You trust me, there you go.
That's okay. You're on salary, not billable, so.
Right. If I was on billable, I would not giving you the option.
No, but good work, good work.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Okay, the only thing I have is next Tuesday at 11 a.m. will be our investment advisory meeting. Board correspondence?
Move to waive the reading of the board correspondence.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Any new business?
All right, yes, no. Yes, we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming in today.
Yeah.
Are the three of you around for like a hot minute?
Yeah.
I need to talk to you guys. I got caught up with Audrey this morning. Sure. I want to talk to you guys quick. I had a call with the board.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be here for a bit. Thanks, Vic. Good job, Victor. Or Vincent.